So you're thinking about moving to Tucson, Arizona, or maybe specifically Tucson's east side or southeast side? Well, you're in luck, because today we're going to show you a great neighborhood in Tucson's southeast side. This is Sierra Morado. Let's get to it. All right, if you're new to this channel and you want to learn everything from A to Z about living in Tucson AZ, then click subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Tucson, Arizona. Hi, I'm Dustin Smith. My wife Jennifer and I have helped hundreds of people just like you move to and from Tucson, Arizona. So whether you're moving in 12 days, 12 weeks, or 12 months, give us a call, shoot us a text or an email so we can help you make that smooth move to Tucson, Arizona. All right, so welcome to Sierra Morado. Now, I'm over here in just one of the little pocket parks over at Sierra Morado. Look like a nice quiet spot to film, a little patch of grass, and it is really hot out today. We're about to hit triple digits right now. We'll probably top out about 104 degrees today. So welcome to Tucson in the summertime. Seek shade, look for cool spots, take advantage of air conditioning whenever you can. So give you a little bit of insight about Sierra Morado. So Sierra Morado is in Tucson's southeast side. So if you're at like I-10 in Howden, you're gonna head north about 5.5 miles, and it's gonna basically be between Howden and the Pantano Wash. Now the Pantano Wash is one of Tucson's like major washes. So whenever we have a good monsoon, that wash will rage. It will look like a full-blown river. And every once in a while, there'll be someone who tries to cross that different areas for, you know, whatever reason. Maybe they need to get somewhere and they don't feel like going all the way around, or maybe they just want to do something exciting and get a little bit of adrenaline going. But because so many motorists have got stuck in those washes and needed rescuing, we do have an idiot's motor law. So don't catch yourself getting stuck out in the Pantano Wash because it looks like a good time, or because you think it's the only way. There are other routes that will get you where you need to go from almost anywhere. So what's really nice about this this location, this area of town, is you're you are still outside of the city. You may have like a City of Tucson address, but you've got a lot of desert around you. Outside of the subdivision, there's a lot of desert space. So the Pantano Wash right there is surrounded by desert. It makes a great corridor for wildlife to travel through. So coyotes, javelina, all sorts of birds, reptiles, great little nature hiking when it's not 104 degrees out. But some people actually, still like to go out there and travel in the heat, because you get different types of animals, different types of year, or different types of experiences, or maybe just a challenge. We're also still close enough to town and close enough to like Rita Ranch to where you're a 5-minute drive away from some pretty good restaurants. Or if you want to go into town for some major shopping, the mall is about 15 to 20 minutes away from here, the Park Place Mall. You've got actually a couple Walmarts that are less than 10 minutes either direction. And as far as things to do, there's actually a lot of things to do if you like outdoor activities. So we've talked about Tucson's The Loop cycling trails that go throughout Tucson. So over 100 miles of paved bicycle tracks will pretty much get you anywhere you want to go in the Tucson area if you've got the time and the energy to do so. So the neighborhood itself, depending on how deep you're in it, can be about a mile away from connecting to the Loop. But just right outside of the neighborhood, right on the side of Howden, there's paved biking trails right there too. So you can cycle up to the grocery store if you want to, or cycle up to some of those restaurants, which is pretty neat. And if you're not into like the regular cycling, you want something more challenging, definitely check out Fantasy Island. We're also less than a mile away from that. Some people are still gonna load their bike up just to get right there and have their supplies right at the edge of Fantasy Island. Those are some expert level mountain bike trails. They're weaving through the hills right next to cactus, saguaros, lots of wildlife out there. There's even, some sculptures that people have put out there too for, the eagle eye or the Easter egg hunters too. So Lots of fun to be had. And, you know, just in the community itself, it is meant to be like a walkable community. So to give you a little bit of history behind Sierra Morado, we've talked about Savano before, a very unique neighborhood for Tucson in general. Maybe a unique neighborhood even on the scale of when you look around different neighborhoods around the US. So Savano was supposed to be this very green, new urban type community. So within it, they made everything very energy efficient. They were one of the first communities to start really like adopting solar panels. You know, before there was like a big boom in the early 2000s, they were really trying to get on it, put a little bit of photovoltaic in there, a lot of solar water heating. They were very big on not wasting materials, not wasting landscaping. So they used a lot of native vegetation. They tried to save everything while they were building and find new uses for it to prevent things from going to the landfill. And they did a really great job on that. And they had a lot more land to build on too, but the Savano project seemed to be a little bit too expensive for many builders. So Sierra Morado being right next to Savano was originally supposed to be an extension of it, but when the builders were looking at it, they didn't see, you know, there was enough money to be made there, so they took a different approach with Sierra Morado, and it can look a little more like a tract home community. But they did stick with a lot of those energy efficient guidelines. So for the time that the homes were built, starting in like 2007, the homes were very energy efficient for their time. And they still stuck with making it a very walkable community with a lot of those amenities, but you don't have that kind of mixed use that you'll see over in Savano. There was a little bit more waste when they came to building, but you still have nice things like all of your public areas, like the HOA common areas are watered with reclaimed water. You've got these pocket parks in here. You have a beautiful community center. So, you know, if you want to like book something, we've gone there for a couple of our friends' birthday parties, you know, a nice air conditioned room in the summertime or, you know, heated in the winter. The pool there is amazing. They have a great playground for the kids. Overall, just a great thing. And it's just for people within this community. So yeah, lots of stuff within the community and outside the community. Sierra Morado is definitely a very popular and fun community to live in right here too. Right at the entrance to Sierra Morado, you actually have the Rincon Medical Plaza. So that is home to the brand new Rincon Community Hospital with an emergency room. You also have a surgery center right there and urgent care. And since this was that plaza was supposed to be part of Savano, it was actually held to the same stringent energy efficiency and green requirements that Sierra Morado and the Savano neighborhood was. So that's pretty neat. They're actually saying that is like Southern Arizona's greenest hospital, and it's brand new. It just opened, and you know it's very, very nice. And right across the street from that, ironically, is the nation's greenest gas station. Now I know that sounds almost like an oxymoron, but they do have 11 kilowatt photovoltaic system right there. They use reclaimed water on the property. They use solar water heating. So it's really a gas station that's gone over, above and beyond what any other gas station in the US has done as far as green requirements goes. And, you know, it's right in the Savano neighborhood. Also, which brings me up, a lot of people think of Savano, they think of the Savano Nursery. So right along Howden is one of Tucson's just like best designed nurseries. It's a lot of fun to go visit. They have different statues, a ton of different native plants in there, citrus trees, greenhouses. They even have like a little like, I don't know if you'd call it a petting zoo, but they have like goats and stuff that you can go up and pet. It's a nice place to just go visit. And if you're in the community, it makes gardening super easy within the Savano. So now that you know a little bit about Sierra Morado, let's go check out some houses. Let's see what's for sale right here and see if the neighborhood is a good fit for you. All right, the first home we're checking out today, priced right at $300,000, is currently the entry level or entry price point home into Sierra Morado. So this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, 1,266 square feet, and everything in it is pristine. Now these houses along right here are kind of like townhouse living. So if we look down right here, the front of it isn't actually a street at all. The front of the home is actually a sidewalk. So on the back side of the house, you do have a 2-car garage for this home. And the house itself, seeing as in Arizona, we don't count garages as square footage of the home. It being downstairs, most of your living is actually going to be upstairs, and the lot itself, because there is actually a small yard for this, which makes for easy maintenance, whether you're not wanting to take care of a yard, or if you're here only part-time, gives you a little bit less to worry about. But the lot itself is just over 1,900 square foot. So yeah, this is an area too where there are a lot of families here. In fact, if you keep going down the sidewalk that way, you're gonna come up on like a little pocket park. So it's got a hill with grass on it. It's got a little playground. It's kind of down towards the wash with some big trees around it. So you have a little bit of shade over there too. This home was built in 2010 and it was used as a secondary home, so very light use within it. It's been very well cared for and is overall in gorgeous shape. So not bad for getting into the neighborhood, or not bad for that entry starting price point for Sierra Morado. But we got a couple more houses to look at just to give you a better idea of what homes are going for in Sierra Morado. So let's keep rolling. The next home we're showcasing in Sierra Morado, we're bumping up the price point to about $390,000 on this one. And for that price, you're actually gonna get quite a bit more. So the home behind me is actually a little bit newer, the last one being a 2010. This one is a 2016. So it's still in great shape right here. It's also on 0.1 acres. So a little bit, pretty close to about 4,400 square foot for the lot. So the lot's well over double the size of the last home that we're looking at. So if you want a little more space, you got that. You've got the 2-car garage right here. And overall, the homes in this part of the neighborhood just have a little bit more space. Now you do have a pocket park just a few doors down from this home. And one thing that's great to mention is Sierra Morado in general is definitely like an all ages neighborhood. It's very family friendly. And this part of the neighborhood's very close to the elementary and the middle schools. And the neighborhood is actually part of the Vail School District, the award-winning Vail School District. And I know a lot of people are actually looking for homes that are part of that school district. So you actually, without even having to hit the main road, you've got 3 schools right in here, 2 elementary schools, 1 closer to the Savano neighborhood, and then just 1 right over here, and the middle school right over here too. And as far as the high school goes, probably currently the most popular high school, you're still gonna have to drive there or take the bus, is gonna be the Micah Mountain High School. So that is actually the closest high school to this community, definitely in high demand. And if you're over in this neighborhood, I'm sure you're gonna take priority as far as enrollment goes into that high school. So, all right, hope you guys like seeing what you can get for $390 as far as this part of the neighborhood goes. We got one more house to show you. We're gonna jump up the price range a little bit and really show you some of the top end stuff over here in Sierra Morado. Let's keep rolling. So the last home we're showcasing today is currently priced at $675,000. This is a 6-bedroom, 5-bathroom home, 3,328 square foot. So we started the day with a 1,266 square foot home, and then we went to a 2,194 square foot home. So this one is just so much larger, and those are 5 full bathrooms, by the way, too. It has a gourmet kitchen, tankless water heater. It's on 0.15 acres, and it just really has all the bells and whistles that you really want for multi-generational living, or a large family to live in. Plenty of room for the guests. There's a lot of space within this home. And then at the end of the street right here, you might be able to see this, but I did get some footage of that for you too. That is just a nice little grass park, and there's also a dog park connected to that and a playground there too. So just one of the most expensive homes in Sierra Morado, but not the most expensive. There is actually one on the market currently listed at $699,000. So we're approaching that top end right there. And it's good to know, what is, the most that you can get in Sierra Morado. And I'd say we're looking at it right here. We hope you like this video today, learning a little bit about Sierra Morado. If you do like it, make sure to hit that like button. If you have any questions, you can let us know in the comments below. And if you or someone you know is thinking about moving to or from Tucson, Arizona, give us a call, shoot us a text or an email. Our contact information is in the description below. We'd love to help you or help them make that smooth move to Tucson. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit subscribe, tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Tucson, Arizona. We look forward to seeing you on the next video.